It's the urban phenom, dropping lyrical bombs. Niggas got heart, but no chin. Amir Khan, always ready for war. I don't have to turn it on. I'm the best at what I do, and that's just being me. The devil's a lie.
Alright, we back with another edition of the Swag Science. We gonna take a look at this real exciting, real competitive, real interesting bout we have coming up this weekend between Nonito Donaire, aka the Filipino Flash, versus Nicholas Walters. And I think this is a real good, solid matchup. Real good. You know, boxing needs more of these. It's your classic but rare boxer puncher versus boxer puncher. Walters is in his prime, and Donaire, respectively, he's a little past his prime. But still good quality matchmaking right here. It's gonna be on the undercard of the Golovkin-Rubio fight, and I feel it might steal the show, but you know, stealing the show from Golovkin is a tall order, so let's do what it do. I really like Walters in this matchup because I think he's really peaking now. He looks sensational against Darchinian. He has a real good patient style where he kind of boxes, half stalks you in a way where, you know, he throws good compact punches. He gets aggressive at times, but then sometimes he knows how to fall back and jab and box. So Donaire definitely has his hands full, and I'm not gonna lie, you know, I'm a big Donaire fan, but he hasn't really been looking the same lately. I mean, I think the last version of Donaire that we saw that was really hitting on all cylinders, I think it was when he beat Jorge Arce. I think that was the last of the real Donaire we've seen. With Rigondeaux, he took a real heavy loss in that fight. You know, it really wasn't all that competitive outside of the knockdown. You know, he got a schooling, and you know, he didn't train hard for that fight. He admit that, and you know, he looked like that. He looked like that in the ring as well. Come back later, he fights Darchinian. This is a guy that really put his career on the map when he defeated him like 7 years earlier, and you know, that was his step-up fight. He was, you know, getting outboxed and hurt, looking real bad in that fight until his power bailed him out, you know, which was cool. But no one thought the fight would be that fucking competitive. Then he fights that African dude. Damn, I cannot remember his fucking name, but y'all know who I'm talking about. The dude that beat Chris John and, you know, pretty much retired him. So he fights him, and Donaire is like the athleticism, the explosiveness kind of dialed back a little. Like in all three of these fights, I'm talking about from the Rigondeaux to his most recent fight, you can see the explosiveness, the athleticism kind of fell off a little bit, but that power is still there. That power is still crazy, and the speed is still there. You know, it's not as blinding as it used to be, but it's still there. So Donaire is a handful for anybody, but I think Walters is like the wrong type of matchup for him. I wouldn't have had Donaire fight Walters until I've seen the old Donaire come back. Now, he was looking more aggressive, like more spirited when he fought that last dude in his last fight. You know, and it was a rough, dirty fight. I think it was a headbutt. He knocked the guy down. I thought a rematch was going to happen. He said he wanted one, shit didn't happen. Whatever, you know, but we got a good, solid matchup out of this instead. Donaire, he needs to dial it back and go back to that athletic, aggressive boxing that he does, where, you know, he's firing the jab, he's moving around, using that real good footwork, dropping bombs, you know, countering. You know, it's like he fights in extremes. Either Donaire's gonna give you the ultra too aggressive Donaire that, you know, that needs to settle down and box, or he's gonna give you the slow, too patient, I don't know if I want to be in here type of Daenerys where he's, following his opponent around and, eating shots and, just looking like he don't want to be involved. So we need to see a Daenerys that's in between. Like, dude could be explosive and aggressive and then could slow down and box and use his God-given talents and abilities. That's what we need to see from Daenerys in order to beat Walters. Walters, he just needs to be himself, box, set up his shots. He has a good arsenal of punches. He has a good uppercut, good left hook. He does his thing. Sometimes he gets a little too aggressive and he wants to exchange too much. That's the only thing I'm seeing here that could really fuck him up in this fight, because we all know Daenerys could crack and he can hit you with either punch, left hook, right hand, uppercut, southpaw, conventional, that doesn't matter. He could take you out or hurt you. He has fight changing power. That shit's serious. And Walters needs to avoid getting into a shootout with Daenerys. A few exchanges here and there is fine, but don't run into something that you're gonna regret. That's my only real advice for Walters. If he does what he's good at, he should be able to beat Daenerys. This type of Daenerys, this Daenerys we've been seeing. If not, who knows? Anything could happen. I'm favoring Walters slightly because I feel he's the one that's coming on in this fight. He's about to step up, do his thing. The momentum's behind him. Daenerys just has to prove us wrong and say, look, I still got it. And I'm not too sure if Daenerys still got it. He got mad balls for damn taking this fight, because this ain't no pushover fight, But I would have to say Walters will win a close competitive decision. I think we might see a knockdown or two from either guy. We're going to see some exchanges. But Walters just has to take his time and win the rounds. They don't have to be, crazy dominant, but win the rounds. And if you can hurt Daenerys, go for it. Don't try to just barely win the rounds though, because Daenerys, he's the bigger name fighter. You don't want swing rounds going to him, so make sure you win your rounds clearly. But don't put yourself out there to get countered on some crazy shit by trying to be ultra aggressive and seeing that Daenerys, he's not looking right. Just take your time, young man, do your thing. I like Walters by maybe a 116, 112 type of decision. Close but clear. Close, clear, competitive victory. Swag Science. Hopefully we get a real good fight out of this. Walter by decision. 1.